I blacked out and I wasn't even on the ice, so I couldn't imagine what they were feeling. But crazy moment, our bench reaction, and all those reactions. It's so surreal and time I'll never forget.
Away with it comes Michael Misa. Over the blue line, he slips right through. Misa fires and he scores! For Saginaw, Misa scores! Far south from the former first overall pick.
Welcome to Game Tape. As always, I'm your host, Tony Ferrari, and today I'm pleased to be joined by Saginaw Spirit forward, Michael Misa. How you doing today, Mike?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, Tony.
Let's start with what sparked your love for hockey. What was the inspiration for you starting to play?
It was my cousins growing up. They all played with some pretty good players. One of my cousins played with Max Domi. My other two cousins in minor hockey played against Mitch Marner. Watching them play really inspired me, yeah.
Now, your older brother Luke's playing in Brampton with the Steelheads. How has his role in your hockey career kind of changed throughout the years, and what has he done to inspire you to get better?
Watching him on that Oakville team growing up, they were really good. And then, coming to his games in his rookie year in the OHL, it was pretty cool to see. It really pushed me going into the OHL to work hard.
Now, you have a pretty special relationship with your Mississauga Senators coach, Chris Stevenson, going back to when you were 6 years old. How has that influenced you both on and off the ice?
He's been a great mentor to me, leader, someone I could lean on throughout my whole minor hockey career. And he taught me so many valuable skills on and off the ice. So kudos to him, someone I'm still really close with. Really happy he was my coach.
Now, you came into the OHL with exceptional status after breaking Connor McDavid's OHL Cup record. What made you think that you were ready to take that step into the OHL at 15 years old?
I think the biggest thing for me was just playing up my whole life with that 06 age group. That exceptional thing, it was something I was looking into in my minor midget year. And at the end of the day, I thought I could compete against them. So when they all went to the OHL, I thought it was the right thing for me to do, and honored that I got that status.
Now, your rookie year was absolutely fantastic. You were on pace to break John Tavares' scoring record for a 15-year-old. What allowed you to have that kind of immediate success in the OHL?
The group we had there in Saginaw, straight from ownership down to staff, they all welcomed me really, really nicely. It's a top-notch organization. And then all the older guys were super, super welcoming. Give credit to the people I played with, too.
June 2nd, 2024. Memorial Cup Championship, dying seconds of the third period. Jorian Donovan gloves down the puck, skates it into the slot, puts the puck on net, and in the ensuing scramble, Josh Bloom buries the clinching goal. With just over 20 seconds left to go in the game, describe what you were feeling in that moment.
I blacked out and I wasn't even on the ice, so I couldn't imagine what they were feeling. But crazy moment, our bench reaction, and all those reactions. It's so surreal and time I'll never forget.
I was in attendance for that game. It was absolutely electric. You've been a winner at every level, though. The OHL Cup with the Senators, the Hlinka Gretzky Cup with Canada, the Memorial Cup with Saginaw. Why has winning followed you?
The team that I played on throughout minor hockey was really good. And then coming into the OHL, Laz and Drinks, they did a great job with the teams that we've had the last couple of years, and just really happy to be a part of it.
You had the chance to play in Brampton earlier this season, which meant you got a lot of family and friends in attendance. How meaningful was it for you to play up against your brother, have so many people in attendance, and also go up against 2025 draft eligible Porter Martone again?
Really cool time for me. The first time I actually played near my hometown. The first 2 years I was hurt, unfortunately, but just being able to play against my brother with all my family there and friends was pretty cool. And Marty too, he's a great player. He's going to go really high in this draft. One of my good buddies off the ice. So cool time for me.
Now, before we get into the game tape, can you describe your game for anybody that hasn't had a chance to see you play?
Especially this year, I've been working a lot on my defensive game, and I've taken on a PK role this year. So just trying to become that 200-foot player, make plays offensively, that playmaker ability, but be reliable in my defensive zone.
All right, let's jump into the game tape for you here. I've got some clips. We'll throw them up on screen and break them down together.
Cool.
All right, this first one starts in the defensive zone. You get up ice on a 2-on-1 with Zane Perrick. Make the pass over. Doesn't quite connect, but you stick with it. Curl here and just absolutely snipe it. Can you talk me through this play a little bit?
Well, on that 2-on-1, the defender, you could see he kind of cheated towards me at the first second there. So I thought sliding it to Zane would help, but then their guy made a good defensive play. But coming back, I just saw Schenkel just cheating a tiny bit off that post. So I thought it'd be the best spot because Gibson got down with a slide, so I couldn't really pass it across.
When you're on a 2-on-1 like this, what are you doing to make the decision whether to pass or just take the shot there? Because that defender is still kind of in the middle of the ice.
I think it just depends on where their stick is as well as their skates. You know, if they're angled more towards you, it's usually a pass. But if they're relatively in the middle, more towards the other guy I'm on the 2-on-1 with, it's usually a shot for me. So it depends on them.
All right, let's take a look at this next clip I've got for you here. It starts in the offensive zone. They're trying to make the breakout. You immediately turn the puck the other way, make a really good play here. The relentlessness on the puck carry here to get the puck back and make that nice little pass to Epperson in the slot. What goes into a play like this, and how do you maintain that pressure on them on the breakout?
Just trying to be relentless, especially on the PK. You're down a guy, so if you do get the puck, you want to apply as much pressure as you can. And I think I got a little lucky there. He bobbled the puck and just tried to lift his stick, and then fed Epi coming down the slot.
You mentioned on the PK, you have to try to stay responsible as well, but you want to try to balance that offensive approach. How do you make the decision, and what goes into that part of the game?
Awareness, like I saw he was kind of having a hard time with the puck. I just wasn't the best in the Sioux there, so relentless with my stick and then fed Epi with that pass. But obviously if they do have full control of the puck, I wouldn't be as aggressive, more passive. But yeah, he was bobbling it a bit, so yeah, it worked out.
All right, this next clip I've got for you here is up against the London Knights. You just make a nice play in the neutral zone to pick it off. You get into the offensive zone and absolutely just rip it by the goalie here. What kind of goes into that development of your defensive game over the last couple of years?
Active stick, kind of faking like you're going to go one way and force them to make a play. That's tough. And then when going in on the goalie, there wasn't much open, so I fired it low glove, low blockers. Usually I'm trying to shoot, and yeah, it worked out there.
You scored a ton of goals this year, obviously. You're leading the OHL. What do you think has been the biggest difference for you in taking that step as an elite goal scorer in the league?
I think it's confidence, not just like with my gameplay, but my shot too. Trying to work on it over the summer after practice and staying that extra time, practicing 1Ts, different types of shots, but I definitely feel more confident shooting on goalies.
This next clip I got for you here is from your game recently in Brampton. You do a really good job of just supporting the puck as it's worked along the boards here. Once it squeaks out to you, though, you make the play, go towards the net, you look off the defender, and just take the shot. What kind of goes into something like this where there's that battle along the boards, and you have to make the decision whether to get involved or whether to stay on the outside?
I don't think I was in the best spot there. I probably should have got on top of the puck, but lucky I was playing with Epi there. He wins a lot of battles, so he popped it out to me, and I usually like to go low blocker or low glove shot, just depending on where I am on the ice, but I saw that defender was staying in the middle there, so shot the puck.
You celebrate in front of your friends and family. You mentioned not being there to play the last couple years. What's it like finally scoring and having that celebration in front of everybody?
It was unreal. A lot of my buddies were right near there, so I pointed at a couple of them just to say what's up, but it was pretty cool.
You mentioned you're on the PK a lot more this year. This is a clip of you on the PK making a good decision to just kind of jump up ice as there's a little bit of scrum at the blue line here. Things get a little messy. Apperson with the play again, and you follow up, and then there's just no mistake made on the breakaway.
Epi did a great job there, applying a lot of pressure, and when there's a lot of pressure like that, there might lead to a scoring chance, so I skated as fast as I could, try to get that puck, and I had a nice breakaway move there. The low blocker. One
of my favorite little parts of this clip here is that the player in pursuit of you is good buddy of yours, Porter Martone. How sweet is it to score against your brother, a good friend like that, and again, just be in the building with so many people that you love and support?
Marty already had 2 goals that game, so I had to try and do something to help my team there. Scoring, especially against my brother, it feels good.
Last clip I have for you here is a nice assist by you working off the boards here in London. Go across the slot and just pass against the grain. Havoc in front and puck gets knocked in. This is the kind of play that you need to make at the pro level, working off the boards, and then also changing the angle on the goalie by going laterally. What is kind of your mindset on a play like this, and what are you seeing here?
I knew if that puck came back down to me, I'd probably have to lift that guy's stick. He had like the better position on me, so quick stick lift, and usually in our offensive system, we always have a guy at the net, so I figured if I got by that D, I could just send it back door, and Mango was right there. It was a big goal for us because it's actually the first regular season game I've ever won there, so felt pretty good.
You play with a lot of talented players on the Saginaw Spirit this year. Who's the guy that you think maybe doesn't get the love he deserves?
Nick Sema is one of the best players I've played with. The way he works both ends of the ice, he's one of those players. He's just such a team guy, and he made a huge impact for us in the Memorial Cup last year too. Just a great player in person.
You've played against a lot of really good players internationally in the OHL and various competitions. Who's been the toughest player you've come up against?
Amadeus Lombardi on Flint, probably the toughest player I played against. Just like what he was able to do with the puck, because we played Flint a lot, so I obviously played against him quite a bit, and she was pretty fun to watch.
Before the game, you're given the aux cord. What are you putting on to pump up the boys?
I usually am on aux this year before the game. I have this SoundCloud remix. It's like 40 minutes long, just kind of plays hype, rap tunes, EDM, like house music, just like a mix of stuff. But I don't mind like rap before the game or like some rock, whatever the boys are feeling. But I usually go with the same kind of thing.
Last year, you and your Spirit teammates got together for bachelor nights. What led to that, and what kind of stuff are you guys doing this year with the boys?
I think that's something that really helped us, come together as a team last year. Just that tight bond off the ice made us, I think, even stronger on the ice, just being able to, have that chemistry. And I think this year we're trying to do the same. Almost every off day we'll together do team movie, dinner, go to someone's house, just similar stuff to that, just trying to become that tight group. Because I think at the end of the day, the teams that win are obviously the best on the ice, but I think they have a tight bond off the ice.
Now, the World Juniors aren't too far away. Why do you think you'd be a good addition to Team Canada?
Yeah, it'd be an honor to represent them. I'd do anything to help the team win in any scenario. It'd be a great opportunity for me. If I do get an invite, I'd be really, really looking forward to it.
Your brother Luke and your teammate Zane Barrick both went through their draft years last year. What did you take away from that experience watching them from the outside? And is there a secret part of you that wants to join them in Calgary?
Well, getting drafted anywhere would be awesome. It doesn't really matter to me, but yeah, that'd obviously be a dream come true.
What are the areas of your game that you think you need to round out going forward so you can make it in the pros?
I think continue to get stronger on and off the puck. Angling is something every team's looking for, right? And finishing through players, something I'm going to keep working on here, but getting stronger is definitely the most important thing.
Now, I'm sure you've talked to NHL scouts already, and you'll be talking to many more throughout the season. But if you get asked the question, why should we draft you first overall? What's your answer going to be?
My determination on the ice and off the ice. I want to be the best player every time I'm at the rink. And I think I'm a really coachable guy. I'll do whatever it takes for my team to win.
When your hockey career is over, what do you want people to remember about Michael Misa, the person?
Especially here in Saginaw, I love the community. They've been so welcoming, and wherever I do get drafted, I'm going to be a really good person off the ice with fans. You never know, some fans might come to one NHL game in their lifetime and to watch you. So you always want to be there for the fans and to show them that you're a good player on and off the ice is something I'd want people to remember me in that community for.
All right, Michael, I really appreciate you doing this. It was a lot of fun. Thank you very much, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thanks, Tony. Appreciate you having me.